Hey, visionary, I want to talk about something so many of us face as our businesses start gaining traction. Burnout. hmm Growth can feel super exciting, but it can also feel exhausting if we're not careful. So today we're going to discuss how to build momentum in your business without sacrificing your health and well-being. I'll share my favorite tips on balancing business success with self-care so you can grow your business without growing your stress, because we'll have none of that. Hey, amazing visionaries. Welcome to the Fuel Your Fantabulousness podcast. It's your go to space for business growth, brand protection, and total wellness. I'm Tanya Fisher, attorney, business mentor, and wellness advocate. Here, we align ambition and self care. I share actionable tips, strategies, and resources to help you level up your business, protect your brand, and thrive in every area of life. Let's dive into today's episode. Hello. All right. Today we are diving into a topic that I know so many of you are struggling with, and that is growing your business without burning out. As business owners, it's so easy to feel like we need to say yes to everything or work around the clock just to keep up with growth. But I'm here to tell you it does not have to be that way, nor should it be that way. Okay. So I'm going to share how you can set boundaries that allow you to grow your business and live a life you love, like grow your business and live, period. Okay. So let's talk about how to, one, protect your energy, prioritize your time, and still make room for health, fitness, and wellness without feeling guilty. Because let me tell you, burnout is not a badge of honor, it's not a rite of passage. You deserve success without exhaustion. All right. Burnout is not for you. It's not something that we do. Okay. We grow and we grow without burnout. All right. With that being said, I know we're growing, right? So we're going to start out with something that you don't hear very often, especially when we're talking about growing business. It's okay to slow your buns down. All right, slow it down, slow it down, slow it down, because you're going to need to slow it down to think. I know you're on this momentum ride and everything is moving, it's moving, it's moving. Well, let me tell you, sometimes you got to slow things down to figure out where it's moving to. So it's okay to slow down. Growth, yeah, it's exciting. It's very, very exciting. But protecting your well being is essential to making sure that the growth is sustainable. Or I would say, take it all in now. Because if you don't slow down, you don't prioritize yourself, you don't protect your well being, this is about to be the end of growth for you. Okay. You won't be seeing it for long. But that's not us. Remember, we're here for long term success. So protect your well being so that your growth is sustainable. You know, I got some tips, right? One, always, although it's pretty hard, prioritize the important over the urgent. Those are two different things. It's easy to get caught up in the daily grind and feel like you need to jump from task to task. just to keep things moving, right? Just to keep them growing. But there's a difference, again, between what is important and what is urgent. Not everything is urgent. And truthfully, most stuff isn't even really important. Okay. So you definitely have to figure out what's important and what's urgent. The key to sustainable growth is learning how to prioritize and to figure out what truly matters and prioritize that. So, what you do is you ask yourself, what's going to move the needle in your business? And that's what you focus on. Then you let the rest come behind that. You still got to do it. You still have to make sure that things are running smoothly, that things are going, that everything is taken care of. But first thing first, what's going to move the needle in your business? And in seeing that, understand the difference between whether that's an important thing that needs to be done or if it's urgent. Okay. So then the next thing, excuse me, is to set clear boundaries for your time. Boundaries are non negotiable if you want to maintain your energy and sanity. All right. And this might look like setting office hours for your business. And yes, that's even if you're working part time, as many of us are, or just giving yourself dedicated time to unplug each day. Okay. It's about protecting your time and energy so you can show up as your best self, not just for your business, but for yourself and your loved ones. Okay. So you're going to show up for your business, but most importantly, you're going to show up for yourself and say no, say no, say no, say no. And don't you dare feel guilty about it. And yeah, I know I have my nerve because this is not my strong point at all. But please learn from me. I know it's a hard lesson, maybe the hardest lesson of all, but you will not grow any further until you understand how important that word no is to your success. Saying no to things that don't align with your goals is a form of self care. It's not selfish to protect your peace. Whether it's turning down a project, declining an event, or even just saying no to overcommitting to new clients, especially as you grow. Remember, every no really is a yes to something that matters more. Okay. So you're going to say no and you're not going to feel guilty about it. All right. I'm going to say this probably every episode, every pep talk. You know how it goes with me. Protect your health. Protect your health as a business asset, okay? Your health is your greatest asset, period. All right? Period. And you know how much I go on about the value of your brand assets, right? But they're useless if you aren't well enough to leverage them, okay? If you are run down, you're exhausted or you're burnt out, your business won't flourish the way you want it to, okay? Hopefully you don't stop your growth, but you will definitely stunt it. All right. It's not going to flourish the way you want it to, okay? So prioritizing fitness, wellness, and mental health, it's really a way to protect both yourself and your business for the long haul, okay? So let me give you some action steps. You know me, you know me. Here are just a few simple ways that you can start building those boundaries today, right now, okay? Easy, easy one. You hear about it all the time. You're just going to time block your day, okay? You're going to focus on your top three business priorities, and then you're going to allocate time for personal activities. Thought I was going to say allocate time for each of those, right? You are going to do that, but you're also going to allocate time for personal activities. So focus, top three business priorities, and we're putting in time for personal activities. I am not a morning person, but when I do get up, it's still sometime in the morning, and I have a morning routine. No one's saying you have to have a 4:30 a.m., 5:30, 6:30. Maybe my routine starts 7:30, 8:30. Whatever the case is, a good thing to do is actually to create a morning routine. You want to give yourself time to ease into the day with something that sort of centers you, okay? And this could be something simple, like stretching or even journaling, okay? Something that centers you first before you start moving around doing this, just making busy noise with just doing something. Let it center you first. Get a chance to be before you get all up in it, okay? So think about creating a morning routine when you do arise, okay? For all of you other night owls like me, all right? And then with all of this, of course, we're talking about, taking it slower, taking some time for yourself to make sure that you are your best self. So I want you to schedule some downtime, and you're going to make it a habit to step away from work. And that could be anything. And that could include a walk or run, a workout, or you don't have to move, simply unplugging for a bit, right? You just want to step away from work. And this is particularly important if you work from home and you do a lot of things solo or in a silo. So even if there are other people in the house, but you're, in your office door closed. I was talking earlier about making sure you have like, maybe office hours or so. Don't stay in there from 9 to 5 just because you can and you don't have any other distractions or something else to do. What I need you to do is you can step away from work. All right. I always laugh and I talk to people. I'm like, you all are violating all type of labor laws. You just don't know. You're sitting there, you're working, I think something I was talking to may just get up to go to the bathroom if, thank goodness, a lot of us are hungry, but I've heard about packing the lunch, maybe you'll get up and go to the bathroom if you remember. No, and no, and no. You know how it is with the labor laws. If you're in the US, we have federal labor laws, for what they do, where you at least have to take like a 20-minute break at some point, a lunch break or whatever, and you're supposed to step away from work and not do anything. All right. So by you not stepping away from work, I'm going to tell you right now, you're not a very good boss. Let me tell you, and you are violating labor laws. So stop those violations ASAP. Step away from work. Put it on the clock. Put a timer on. Put a notice reminder on your screen. That's something that pops up and say, "Hey, don't forget, you are supposed to. You are required." Yes, make it a requirement to take a break. All right. So, not saying you have to do it at the same time every day. Don't have to get that rigid, but you have to make sure that you put it in there. Okay. All right. So, wrapping up this little pep talk here, I want you to remember you are building something incredible, and that takes time, energy, and care. Protecting your well being is not a luxury, It's a necessity. It's a necessity. So set those boundaries, protect your energy, and give yourself permission to thrive without burning out. You're doing amazing. And I'm here with you every step of the way. And I'm here every step of the way to tell you to treat yourself well. Be kind to yourself, all right? Okay. If this episode resonated with you, please, please, please share it with a fellow businesswoman who needs that reminder as well. Okay. And if you haven't joined my newsletter community, all right, this is a great time to do it. The link is in the show notes. Get on there. I talk about all of these things all the time. And also join the CYA community, okay? We dive into these type of topics and even deeper areas of these type of topics. We talked about boundaries, we talked about, your well-being, everything like that. So we do this, well, we talk about this and even more. So again, treat yourself well. And you know what? We'll chat soon.